Alright, in this video we're going to be looking at our third 6 weeks Exam 1 review packet. This is the review packet. We will look at the first half of the problems in this video. One says, which expression is equivalent to this expression here? Well, notice it says expression. There is no equal sign. We're not going to find what x is equal to. We're simply going to change the way that this looks. We will begin by distributing. I'm going to take -2 and multiply it by each of these terms. We know -2 is multiplied because it's connected to the parentheses. So this will equal -2 times 2x will be a -4x. -2 times -6 will be a +12. -2 times x will be a -2x. And -2 times +3 will be a -6. Alright, now we can combine like terms. The x term is like the x term, and the constant term is like the constant term. -4x minus 2x will be a -6x. 12 minus 6 will be +6. The correct answer to number 1 is B. Alright, number 2 likewise says which expression is equivalent to this here. This is much like number 1. You should be able to use what we did in number 1 to do number 2. First distribute, then combine like terms. Problem number 3. Given the line y equals 2x plus 3, which of the following will be parallel? Well, hopefully you remember that parallel lines have equal slopes. In the equation y equals 2x plus 3, the slope is 2, the y-intercept is 3. So we are looking for a line that also has a slope of 2. A says y equals 5 minus 2x. In this case, the slope is -2. B says y equals x plus 3. We know that is an implied 1. Here the slope is 1. C says y equals 2x minus 1. Well, in this case, the slope is 2. Thus, y equals 2x minus 1 is parallel to y equals 2x plus 3. Number 3, the correct answer is C. And we could graph these two lines to verify that. Alright, come into my calculator. I'm going to menu, actions, delete all, 4, yes. And now I'm going to graph this line and this line. Tab, it says F2, let me scroll up to F1. I want 2x plus 3. 2x plus 3. Enter. In F2, I'm going to graph C, which is 2x minus 1. Tab, 2x, subtract 1. And we can see that indeed the blue line and the red line are parallel. It's like we translated the blue line down from a y-intercept of 3 to a y-intercept of -1. Number 3, the answer is C. Number 4. Which best describes the range Well, hopefully you remember that range is the set of y values. We're interested in the y. So automatically number 4 cannot be B. It is talking about x. Well, range, the y, is the vertical. I want to see how far my line goes up and then how far down it goes. Notice that this arrow on the end indicates that my graph extends infinitely in the negative direction. So we're bounded on the top side. We can see that this y value is 3, but we are unbounded below. So this graph will have y values that are 3 and less than. Any point we pick on this graph will have a y value with a maximum of 3 but no minimum value. So the correct answer on number 4 is C. Y values that are less than or equal to 3. Number 5. Getting to the question sentence, it says, what is the dependent quantity in the functional relationship? Well, remember, our functional relationship, we have a few different names for these quantities, x and y. X is the input, y is the output. X, we say, is the domain, y is the range. And then we also have independent and dependent. So the dependent quantity is the output quantity. It's the y. In this case, we have A of L equal 5L. Well, this is my output. This is my dependent. My input quantity is the L. This is the independent. A of L is the dependent, L is the independent. We want the dependent quantity, we want A of L. It says to calculate the area of rectangles with a width of 5, the function A of L equals 5L, where L is the length. So our input is L, the length. Our output is A of L. That is the area. A of L represents the area. It's the dependent. We say the area depends on the length. Number 5 is B. All right. Number 6 says, what is the domain? Well, as we just said, domain is the x. X is our horizontal movement. So we need to consider how far to the left and the right this graph goes. Notice we have the empty circle. We call it open. I'm going to draw a dashed line through it because this point is not actually in our graph. And I'm going to draw another dashed line to the right here. So this line is x equal 3. And this line is x equal negative 3. So our domain in this case is from negative 3 to 3, but not equal to those endpoints. Clearly it's not y, we're talking about domain. So it's from negative 3 to 3, negative 3 to 3, but the best answer in this case is the one without the equal to part because of our empty circle. We call this empty circle open. It's an open point. Number 6, the best answer is C. What we mean by the domain is from negative 3 to 3. You see that x is in between that? What we're saying is any point that you graph on this line will have an x between those two values. For instance, that point there is 0, 0. This point there is 2, 4. This point here, negative 2, 4. Well, looking at the domain elements, the x's, 0, 2, negative 2, you can see that all those x values are between negative 3 and 3. Number 7. Question says, which of the following be the equation of the new line? It says the slope is multiplied by 1/2, slope multiplied by 1/2, y-intercept decreased by 2. Well, first let's identify the y-intercept. It's at -1. So if we decrease that by 2, our new y-intercept would be at -3. 0, -3. Well, that eliminates answer choice A. We see it has a y-intercept of 1. So we're now looking at these 3 options. Well, what is the slope of this line? Hopefully you can see that the slope is negative. If I write my name on the line, my name is moving down. The line falls from left to right. Well, if we multiply a negative number by 1/2, we will yield another negative number. So we know we need a negative slope. That eliminates B. It has a slope of +1. So the question is, will we have a slope of -1/4 or -1? Well, we need to find the slope of our current line. To find the slope, we need 2 points. Here's 1 point, 0, -1. Here's another point. Draw yourself a right triangle between those 2 points. It goes to the right that much, it goes down that much. It goes down 2 units, we'll say -2. It goes to the right 1 unit. So, slope, M, is rise over run. The slope of this line, the rise is -2. The run is 1. -2 divided by 1 is -2. So the slope of our current line is -2. If we multiply that by 1/2, I'm going to say our new slope, slope new, will be our old slope, -2, times the multiplier, 1/2. So -2 times 1/2 is a -1. We need a line. The new slope is -1. That leaves us with answer choice D. Question number 8. Question number 8 is much like questions 1 or 2. It says find the equivalent expression. We're simply going to combine like terms here. There's no multiplying going on. It's just adding this parentheses plus this one. So I can simply drop my parentheses, make this 2x plus 5y plus 3x minus 2y. Now we simply combine like terms. Well, x is like x, y is like y. 2x plus 3x is 5x. 5y minus 2y, 3y. I'm going to give you another problem just like this. You give it a shot. Let's say we had 4z plus 3y plus 5z minus 8y. Simplify this expression.